This is Inventor Lesson 3 of Chapter 3. We're going to begin by opening up a new file in standard millimeters. This creates a part file, so we're basically going to create a drawing from scratch. So as soon as this loads, you're going to then go up to the Tool tab, and you're going to change a few of the settings before we start the drawing. So there we go. It may take a few minutes to load. Now you're going to Application menu, you open it, and go over to the Sketch tab, which is right here. You're going to make sure all of these are not clicked except for the last two and the second to top one, and then you click Apply. Once it's done, you go back over to 3D Model, you're going to create your sketch, and you're going to click a plane. Once you have your plane, make sure you line it up, and you're going to create a center line, so you click line, center line, try and make sure you have it on one of the axes. Once you're done with there, click center line again, this turns the center line off. Now you go back over and you're going to try and draw the shape. This may take you a few tries. So basically you're going to draw a line that is 10 by line 10 down. It's going to be 18. Notice how your snaps work like in AutoCAD. This is going to take me a second. Basically what I'm doing here is just trying to draw out some of the lines that we're going to need that are defined before you actually start. Now once you have some of the lines in, you can start dimensioning them to the center line. And this will help you determine some of the other dimensions that are not quite explicitly stated. So once you have that one in, you're going to put the next one in, which is 50. That's in. Make sure these dimensions stay, so apparently they didn't, because they didn't look right. So sometimes the dimensions get messed up. So you'll have some basic shapes down where you're going to have to actually you're going to have to figure them out. And you'll notice like how I'm putting in some of these where you should know where they are. You need to make sure you know this 50 up here, and you need to make sure you know how they are relative to each other in order to figure it out. And it may take you a few tries. Trying to move this. And one of the other things is 18 minus 40 will give you your down direction, or how many you need to go down. So 40 minus 18, so that's 22 down. Is at 50, and now you're going to put here, you're going to put 1, 90, you may have to go back and actually delete some of your dimensions. Otherwise, you may have a problem where they'll actually prevent you from trimming back the excess. For example, I'm going to have to delete this constraint too. And there's your shape, or at least your basic shape. So once this is done, you'll notice how all the dimensions are right and everything's good. You'll click Finish Sketch. And now you're going to go over to Revolve. You're going to click the shape, and you'll notice how it's already pretty much like the regular shape you're looking for. Now, to just review what some of these things do, you're going to click the profile for the actual sketch and the thing you're revolving. The axis is the line you're revolving around, and the full and extends and all this is how much are you revolving it. And we'll get into that a little bit further in a later lesson. But right now we're going to click on this top face, click Sketch, it's at top, and you're going to draw 2 circles after you bring up the project geometry. I'm just going to try and have everything up. What this does is it brings the dimensions and the sketching from the back to the front. So you'll notice how this line for this sketch is the exact same dimensions as this leading edge of the object. So it allows you to sketch on top of something where you may not necessarily have the original sketch from. So once you're done with that, it's asking you to create a rectangle that is going to be, that's going to cut in, that's 0.63 millimeters. The rectangle is 4 millimeters. So basically create a rectangle. Now I'm going to move this rectangle so that it is what you're trying to do is line this up. Once you're good, that, you're going to then make sure you have the project geometry right here, and then you're going to finish your sketch. What this does is it allows you to make a slot in the thing, and they want you to put it out about 6.2 millimeters. 6.3 millimeter size. actually going to put some holes in it. So let's go to the back. On the back of this drawing, you are going to, they want you to cut it. Let's go back a second. This one they wanted you to go the other direction, so the only difference is that. And what the difference is, it actually cuts into the object and makes basically a screw, what you would see in a screw. And right here, create a sketch, here, and now you're going to put holes in here after you make 2 reference lines for your dimensions. So you're going to do construction, put one here, put one here. You can change what a line is by clicking on it or selecting it and then clicking in the top right hand what you want it to be. We're going to want these to be a certain angle apart, so we're going to click both of them. And then we're going to put in 110, which is the angle we want. Now we're going to put circles right here of exactly 6. And we're going to do the same over here. Now, they also want you to make sure that there's one line right here, which is going to be your reference line to the center. That's going to be construction 2, so let's make that construction. Put one right here and here, and that's going to be 27 degrees. You notice how everything shifted over as soon as I typed that in, because everything is constrained together to move as one. So once you're done with this, click Finish. And now you're going to go up to Extrude. You're going to do Cutting Extrusion. Click right here and here. And you're going to then do 2, which means it's only going to cut to that distance. And you're going to click OK. And there's your part. Everything's what it should be. It's the hardest lesson of this entire tutorial. And now you can go up to create a new presentation file, export it as a PDF, don't save.